Yo, welcome guys, how are you guys doing? My name is Red7 and in this small video we're going to be having a look at the patch notes and explain and highlight the most important additions, changes or new added features. Before we begin, let me say that at the time of editing this video there is no release date for the patch 0.12.4, but I believe that it will be very soon now that we have the patch notes and now that we have seen the gameplay with the new version, which seem very solid and stable. No wipe coming this patch. A wipe is planned sometime in the future with the coming of the storyline quests. Interchange has been revamped for this upcoming patch, a very needed change, especially because of the only two available extractions. Well, three if you count the car extraction, which I always forget or never have money for. This means that we will be having 6 total extractions starting with the coming patch. We don't know where the new ones will be, nor if we need to activate something to be able to extract. Nikita likes adding surprises and keeping things secret so that the players go and explore and find those things on their own. Also, the lighting has been reworked on this amazing map, as you guys can see in the background with the footage provided by the devs. I cannot wait to see how the shopping mall looks like both during daytime and nighttime. Curious as well if they remove the fog effect inside the building. You will be able to interact with multiple new added features according to Nikita. During the official footage, we see the devs interact with one of them and turning the lights on the entire location, the entire mall. It is done from inside the power plant and apparently it cannot be switched off. Once on, the whole place is illuminated, and not only that, in certain shops some alarms will start making noise. The devs were trying to find AIs during the test rate, but they couldn't, so I am not sure if the rate was bugged. They did enable AIs for the offline mode they were doing, so we don't know if more scabs will spawn if you enable the power, or maybe some raiders, or nothing unusual happens. We don't know what they were trying to show us. Nikita also mentioned other interaction possibilities, but it remains to be seen what they are. It is also a surprise. What is worth mentioning here is the fact that during a previous podcast, Nikita talked about the addition of a separate alarm when opening Kiba, which will insta-trigger Killa to react and some other raiders. We shall see if that thing has been added in this patch or not. We also see some fixed bugs related to culling and physical colliders. I'm not sure if Interchange is referred here or some other maps. A major feature introduced in this coming patch is the Overweight System. In Nikita's words, an important step towards realistic weight management. Now, it may seem overwhelming and game-breaking if you look at the official footage, but in reality is not that dramatic, and even if it is game-breaking now, it will be tweaked so that the game does not lose the fun element. So do not worry too much for now. Let's wait to see how it will work. Bunny hopping will still be a thing, carrying a lot of things will still be possible, and hey, if you suddenly get into a firefight and you are full, you always have the option to dump your backpack and start the fight with no penalties. A lot of players are doing that anyways. Yes, we will need to adapt, but we will, so there is no reason to add more drama to something not that dramatic. Remember, it can be tweaked, and let's wait first to see how the new feature behaves. If active, which means if overweight, this new feature will add several penalties to your character. More noise, movement limitations, more weapon sway, more stamina consumption, and more. And on top of this, a new feature has been added called fatigue. Fatigue will turn on if you drain your stamina continually and don't let it regen. Then several fatigue effects will pop in. Heavy breath, tied with some overweight effects, increased energy consumption, maybe some dehydration. It remains to be seen as the devs did not show all the possible negative effects. Important to mention here is the fact that the weight of several items has been tweaked or adjusted in order to match with this new overweight system. So do not worry too much, the game will not turn into a barrel carrying simulator, but there are obvious penalties if you want to carry 300 kilos on you. This adds more realism to the game and it's an awesome feature. I cannot wait to adjust to it and discover its secrets. Also related to this, stimulants parameters have been tweaked. debuffs became weaker, so we finally see a good use for some of them. After this patch, to have a better overview and add more in-depth or complexity to your character, the stamina has been split into two. Arms stamina, which will be drained when throwing frags, hitting, and when using melee weapons. Base stamina or legs stamina, which represents the rest of the body and will be consumed when sprinting, jumping, changing stances, and more. The base or leg stamina will also start draining when the arms one is depleted, and if the leg one goes to zero multiple times, we don't know how many times yet, then the fatigue effect kicks in. There are stimulants which boost your stamina for short periods of time, so stacking some is not a bad idea. I predict the prices will increase. What you should know here is the fact that even more negative effects are present when you are overweight and have low stamina. So these two features are very tied together or to each other. So the level of design of these features is more complex than we think. It's incredible how much work the devs put into this, and the vision. I really like this, guys. So you will be struggling more to find balance, to stop your character and start sprinting, more falling damage, reduced jump height. Sprint can be impossible, stance height reduced due to overweight, even prone movement can drain the stamina. Stance blocks the stamina regain. Simply incredible the amount of detail and possibilities. Now you will definitely die if you jump from the roof with your full backpack. It was possible before, now even more. Some of new buttons have been added on the downside of your screen to have quick access to those menus. Good quality of life feature for sure. The resolution of your screen is now automatically determined and applied as standard settings at the first start of the game. New weapon mods have been added. We are talking here about several SVD handguards, hopefully some shoulder grips adapters, and more weapon mods. The devs have added some new craftable grenades, the VOG-25 Hatapka made from the VOG-25 grenade round and the VOG-17, both cheaper version of the RGT with shorter fuse around 2 seconds like the Zarya, probably with less charge as well, but I'm not sure about this. Together with the new frags, the long-awaited grenade case, it's coming with 8x8 slots, available at Jaeger according to Nikita. A new headset will be added which can only be found in raid called Walker's Razor, foundable only on raiders apparently and scav bosses. What is also very cool, we're going to be having new sets of character customization and equipment. New bear top called Telnik, new bear pants called Tiger, USEC called Tier 2 and USEC pants called Commando. And also some new scav outfit Olympic shirt Russia. New body armor, tactical vest, backpack, helmet, active headsets. The body armor, tactical vest, backpack, helmet have been shown in my podcast review video. So a link will pop up now so that you can have a look at it if you want to. New barter loot and trading schemas requiring this loot. I'm curious about what the second part of the sentence means. The hideout will have a couple of crafts too, according to Nikita, who did not want to reveal them and which can be found in the patch notes as new hideout crafting schemas. Really curious about this. What I am also very curious about are the new quests and new outfits as reward. Does this mean that if we kill Rishala, we're gonna get his jacket or something like that? Or if we kill Sturman 100 times, we're gonna get that cool black hoodie or jacket with hoodie? Still, in my opinion, killing 100 times is a bit too much, but hey, maybe I'm a weirdo. I'm not going to review the optimizations and the fixes because half of them are hard to understand for me or did not affect me, so I cannot give you a realistic feedback. The changes are important as well, so let's mention them. As said, the stimulants will most likely make more sense from now on. The weight of some items has been adjusted to the new overweight system. And a very important change, the flea market available starting at level 15 and not 5, which will not affect the players who are above level 15 right now, but it will after a fresh wipe. I see it as a good change, but it has negative effects as well. Some of the reflex sights have been slightly adjusted to be able to maybe compete with the other red dots. The accuracy values in weapon characteristics are now displayed in minutes of angle. I must be honest and admit that I cannot explain too much here. Hopefully someone in the comments can tell us more what an impact this will have, if any. Also, we added a new weapon name to understand weapon presets, which they relate to. So as you guys can see, a lot of changes and new additions, some more important, some less important. Very excited to test the new things and unlock some equipment sets, also to do the new quests and test the overweight system and check Interchange. What is the thing that you guys like or hate the most in this patch? Leave your comment down below in the chat box. Thank you for watching my in-depth patch notes video. Don't forget to subscribe because it's free. And if you found the video useful, also share it with your friends. Come and visit me on Twitch where I stream daily starting at 9:30 AM CET. We still have 2 thick item cases, around 3 or 4 thick weapon cases, and a lot of LED access and other things left over from the podcast which we had the other day with some of the best aggressive players out there. The podcast which you can watch on this channel as well, just hit the link that pops on the right side of the screen or check my channel. Have a great weekend and see you in Tarkov. Patrons, thank you very much for the amazing support. Peace.